So, grocery store workers at Safeway in Alberta have voted in favor of a strike. And this comes after their pay has been cut by $2 an hour. And this also comes while that company is making a ton of money. So, just to give you the top line here. So, Alberta Safeway Union votes to strike as contract talks stall. Hero pay removed. This from Global News. They go on to say the UFCW Local 401 union decided to hold the vote following stalemate contract talks despite the recent boom in the essential services grocery sector. Quote, the only way Sobeys will come to the table and bargain a fair contract is if they know we have the heart to fight them if necessary, even if it's not something we want to do. They need to know we're strong, Thomas Hess, the local union president, said during a telephone town hall last week. Sobeys, which owns Safeway, ended its Hero Pay program on June 13th, which gave employees an extra $2 an hour, although it had also reported increased profits to shareholders through the COVID-19 pandemic, which I will get to in a second. And by the way, this ending of the Hero Pay in Canada, this isn't just Sobeys and Safeway. This is across major grocery chains. So other companies, in addition to this company, did this all at the same time in a coordinated effort to stamp out this idea that people are going to be paid, that these frontline grocery workers are going to be paid more than they were being paid before the pandemic. So, of course, Sobeys' parent company raises quarterly dividend after cutting employee hazard pay. So shareholders now making more money, but employees, as I showed you, they're being cut down. So there's actually a quote here I want to reference. The Canadian grocery giant behind Sobeys, Safeway, and Freshco on Thursday announced it will raise its shareholder dividend after profits soared during the coronavirus pandemic, less than a week after the company cut its pay bonuses for frontline staff. Empire Co. Limited said its adjusted net earnings ballooned by 43% to $181 million in its fourth quarter compared to last year. In a statement Thursday, Chief Executive Michael Medline called the 13-week period, which ended on May 2nd, quote, one of our proudest quarters in Empire's 113-year history. One of their proudest quarters ever. And they're cutting pay for their employees. Man, this is capitalism 101 right here. So the company said it was increasing its quarterly dividend by 8.3% to 13 cents a share. And last week, as I told you, they ended their program called Hero Pay. They gave $2 per hour pay premiums for frontline staff. Also, I mean, I got to remind you, the virus isn't gone. It's still in Canada, still happening. There may be a second wave. So even if you wanted to say, well, it was just going to be for the pandemic, even though I think they should be paid at least $2 more an hour. I mean, grocery store workers, they have a tough job. And their job is even tougher right now. And understanding that this virus is not gone. It is still going on. They can still contract it. They're still putting their lives at risk working in these grocery stores. They have cut their pay while making a ton of money. And this is exactly what these companies do, or this showcases their exact mental framework in terms of how they view their employees and what they actually prioritize. Now, I also want to share this from Jerry Dias, who's the Unifor president. So Unifor is a big trade union in Canada. With profits like this, Sobeys and the rest of the Empire chain can't afford #fair pay forever for the workers who made it possible. Yeah. So there is a solidarity with grocery workers all across Canada that are facing these greedy companies that just continue to see massive profits. One of the few industries during this crisis that really benefited because, I mean, if you're like myself, you went grocery shopping more during this pandemic. So people shopping more at grocery stores, they're making a lot more money, and their workers are the reason they're able to make that money. They're the ones putting the work in so that these stores can actually function and take customers in, putting all this work in, risking their lives, making all this money, and they cut their pay. There is absolutely no defense of this, and I'm very happy that these union workers are standing up and fighting back. And look, I hope they don't have to strike and that they can reach a deal before this. But if they have to, good for them, and definitely stand with them.